Hey, I bought a new skateboard today and I am going to set it up, grip it, put trucks and wheels on. I normally ride a board from a 9-inch for transition, and the street board that I've been riding is about an 8.6. And I like both of those a lot, but I'm curious, what would it be like to have a board that's somewhere in the middle? So this is an anti-hero skateboard. It is 8.7 inches wide. It has a 14.62 inch wheelbase. The total length is 32.75. The nose on this board is 7.25, and the tail is 6.62. On all deluxe boards, they are stamped with a Roman numeral. This stamp is 4, and so deluxe boards, they are stacked into a press, and they're pressed together at the same time. So a board that is on the top of the press that is stamped number 1 is the steepest, and 4 is the mellowest. So this is a really wide board with a bigger than average wheelbase, but it's gonna be really mellow. The grip tape that I'll be using is Jessup grip. Tools I'll be using for this build is this T-tool. It's just a cheapo, run-of-the-mill skate tool. It's got sockets for all the different parts of your skateboard. It's got 2 different kind of screwdrivers. It's got a Phillips on one end and an Allen on the other. So I'll be using that to take apart and reassemble my trucks and wheels. I'll be using this Milwaukee razor to grip the board. I'll be using just this screwdriver to file down the board. And then I also have a little run-of-the-mill nail just to poke air bubbles in case I grip the board improperly. I love to sticker up the top parts of my board, so I will be using some stickers from a little sticker collection I got going on. Be using a Spitfire Big Head logo, Spitfire Swirl, Santa Cruz, Slime Guy, a sticker from a skate shop in Seattle called 35th and North. Let's start with getting this board out of the plastic. I always, out of habit, remove these warning stickers to get rid of any bad luck. It's now time to cut up these stickers and figure out where I want to place them. Got the stickers mocked up where I want them. So I just got done stickering the board, and you'll notice that there is still overhang of a bunch of stickers. I will then go through and fold it over onto the other side of the board. And to make the folding over of the sticker process easier, I just take a razor blade and make little incisions along the stickers and then fold it over the board. Now with the top of the board all stickered up, it's time to move on to the grip tape. Most people like to completely cover their skateboards with grip tape. However, I have grown to love offsetting my board so I can see the wood grain, and that's why I set up all the stickers on the top of the board. 2 fingers on the nose and tail of the board, and you are going to eyeball it. And you start from the middle and work your way out. Botched it a little bit here on the tail, so left some of that exposed, but that's okay. I then take the backing from the grip tape, place it back on the board, line it up, and really smooth it out. You're then gonna grab your screwdriver to start filing the board. One small benefit of offsetting your grip tape on your toe side edge is that you only have to file one side of the board. You then are going to want to peel up your edges. Up next, it's time to grip the board. And so typically when you are told to cut things, you're told to cut away. But when you are gripping a skateboard, it is easier to actually pull and cut the grip towards you. I put the razor blade in at a 45-degree angle and I let it ride against the board. That. You're then going to take some of the grip tape that you just cut off and you are going to fold it. And you're going to use it to sand down your board. It's now time to take the nail and poke some holes through the grip tape. Flip the board over, put that nail back on top, round it out. Might be a little bit of overkill, but I take this Phillips head screwdriver and try to clear out more of from the Okay, hey, I think it turned out pretty sick. It's awesome. Really stoked to skate this thing. Okay, let's put these trucks and wheels on this board. All right, time to take off the trucks and wheels. One thing you'll notice about skating ventures is that there is difficulty in fully locking in the skate tool on straight, and so you have to just do your best to get it on there and locked. And the workaround for that is instead of turning the tool, you are going to be turning your Phillips head or Allen, your screwdriver. So on my trucks, I always put a piece of grip tape underneath the base plate. I feel like when you ride a set of trucks for a long time and the board's rattling around, you have a piece of hardware in there. The more that it is rattling around on these edges, it will oval out your base plate. And so I put the grip tape kind of on here as a preventative measure. When it is new, it fully sticks to the board. With the little grit of the grip tape, it locks it in, and I feel like it just prevents a lot of that wiggling. So one thing I always try to do when I am switching trucks over is I take some time to do some maintenance. And so I take everything apart, I give it a good wipe down, and most of my work really comes in with working with the pivot cup. Drop in a little bit of wax, and I just do 1 or 2 drops of this lubricant. Whenever you have a lot of squeaking in your trucks that's really agitating, it's usually not the bushings. Most of the time it is your pivot cups. You're going to take this part of your truck and stick it in the pivot cup and twist it around just like that. Press it in. You're going to get some spillover. You just take a little tissue or paper towel and clean up the excess, but really just work that in. Adding the lubricant to the bottom washer. Just one drop. Grab this rag. Put a nice thin coat on it. Same thing for the top washer. One drop. Now it's time to reassemble the truck. Bottom washer, bottom bushing, hanger, the pivot cup, top bushing, top washer, kingpin nut. Give the pivot cup area a good wipe. Go back and tighten with my skate tool. Boom, we're all done. Then you just repeat the process with your other truck. A little bit of wax shaving, a little bit of lubricant, just one drop this time. On the bottom washer, on top washer, another wipe, bottom bush. And that is to maintain trucks. The hardware that I ride is Shorty 7/8 Phillips head Silverados. I like the Phillips head because I don't have a big issue with stripping them, and most people have Phillips heads in a pinch, and so it's easily accessible. Most hardware is the same, but growing up, Shorty's was a really big deal with Shorty's hardware, Shorty's bushings, the dodos, and so I just like riding these because it reminds me of being a kid. Grab that front truck, hand tighten all the bolts on, grab your skate tool and tighten everything up. I always work diagonally, just keeps the truck straight. Okay, hey, got both the trucks on this board. I'm super excited to see how this thing skates.